Okay, with this cover now done up, it's time to reinstall the timing chain tensioner. Now I've fitted a new O-ring here. The last one was quite compressed and hard. Interestingly enough, it wasn't in my kit. I've just sourced a fairly generic one to put in there, and I've put the smallest dab of silicone on it just to hold it in place so that when I do this, it's not going to fall out. It's fairly tight in there anyway, but I just didn't want any dramas. So it just sits back into this place here. Now this was nice and clean. We saw it on the head before. Unfortunately, whilst I'm doing this, there's not a whole lot you can see other than my hand in the way. But it is very easy to lose that O-ring, which is why I put that tiny little bit of silicone just to hold it there. Okay, once they're finger tight, just going to tighten them down. I didn't bother looking up the torque specs. Too difficult to get a torque wrench in here anyway. Just bearing in mind it's got to compress that little O-ring down first. I can kind of feel that's all compressing and it's just tightening up evenly. Okay, next thing is I want to put these cam gears back in place. So I'm going to carefully pull this chain back up and out. Just sit it over there like that for now. And I'm just having a little look at the timing marks that I put on here, which were these bright yellow ones. Now, if you're watching closely, you would have noticed that my pistons weren't exactly at top dead center, which means these aren't exactly right either. Look, they're close enough that I'm not going to cause any damage. I'm confident with it. If you're unsure with it, you probably could have moved it to top dead center earlier and not had this little bit of concern. But now I just need to rotate the cams just a little bit so I can get these cam gears and marks all lined up. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get my chain here onto where my mark is. And to say it's fiddly is an understatement. Okay, how did we go? We're one link off. Okay, now I've got this one lined up to where we originally had it. I'm just going to loosely sit this bolt in. It's not on the cam properly yet, but I just want to have that on there just so it doesn't kind of fall off. And apologies that my hands are going right over the top of your view, but unfortunately I don't have any other way of doing it. Just loosely sit that there. So we've got this one lined up. But the cams, they haven't engaged into the cams correctly. So that's the next thing I want to do. Just going to loosely run this bolt back in, just so that this cam gear doesn't fall off. Just to be clear, I haven't done these bolts up at all, just because I want to still got to line them up to those little notches on the cams. I've just sat the bolts on there so they kind of sit in the right sort of position. Now you can see I've got that little sort of notch there for the dowel to go into. So what I'm going to do is just rotate the cam ever so slightly, because mine was up and down. I just need to get over to that angle there a little bit. I really shouldn't have to do it much at all, and if I've got to do it much, there's a problem. So we're literally just talking a couple of degrees back and forth. That's it. And you can see, maybe if I adjust the camera a little bit for you, that dowel pin is now in that groove. So I'm just going to tighten this up a bit more finger tight. Obviously I think that that can sit in a little bit more. But at this point, if I was to move the cam just ever, we can see that it's firmly attached in there. Next thing is I want to do the exact same thing with the intake. So we're going to sit it on there. Just going to move that cam back ever so slightly, just till those dowel pins line up. That's it there. And I'm just going to snug that one up as well. Okay, just a quick recap of what we did is we marked the chain and the gears. We took the tension off, we took the gears off, we took the cams out, the whole head off, we put it all back, and we've lined everything back up to exactly where it was before. Now the bottom cog, they tell me the chain does not move off that bottom cog, and as far as I'm aware it doesn't, so I don't have any issues with this. I will tighten these down and I will crank the engine over a few times. You'll see me doing that, just to make sure that there's no pistons and valves meeting each other. I do not want that to happen. Okay, with these bolts now sitting just loosely in place, we want to torque them down. They are tight. They go to 142 Newton meters or 105 foot-pounds, which is pretty tight. Need to hold them with a spanner on here and tighten them up. So let's see how we go. There's no tightening sequence or stages or anything. It's just do them up. I've got the bonnet stay right in my position, in my way here, so that kind of makes it a bit awkward. There we go, that one's done. Squeeze that in here. It bumps onto the air conditioner pipes and a few other things, but we can squeeze it in. Get this in a good spot that we can hold. Just can't get enough leverage on it. We'll try and get on the other side of that. That's it. Take that away. Now that those two bolts are done up, I just want to double check my marks are still there, that it hasn't sort of jumped a tooth or something while we're doing that, and that's all looking good. Time to install this little guide that sits up underneath in here, and if I remember it sits in something like that. I can't remember which way it goes. I think it goes the other way. Yep, that's it. It sits nicely in there. Now I'm just going to pull that pin out from my tensioner. It's the pin that's come out. Now that tensioner is also operated by oil pressure, so without any oil pressure it's nowhere near as strong as what it can be. So the spring can do something, but look, it's still typical to see your chain a little bit loose at this point because the engine's not running. Now, just as a side note, there's a lot of rain at the moment. It's making a lot of noise on the roof. I hope it hasn't affected the audio too badly, but I'm just going to keep going. Now, I want to crank this engine over a few times, so I'm going to put a bit of oil on all of these. Now, I want to crank it over just to make sure that nothing bumps nothing, or essentially that my valves don't bump into my pistons. So I'm just going to grab a socket and a ratchet, and I'm just going to duck underneath and crank it over from the bolt on the crank. I'll probably do 2 full rotations. Look, I'm completely confident, but if you don't check these things and there's a mistake, it's a pretty big error that you're going to make. So let's crank it over. Okay, so we've got a couple of cranks there. Now I've got no plugs in here, so we've got no compression, so it winds over nice and easy. And I'm completely happy with what I see. So let's continue.